For those of you who've been with me since day one, thank you. For my new people, hey. So for today's recipe, we're going to make mini chicken pot pies. I did not grow up eating this, but once I had it, I realized I really like it and it's better homemade. So let's get to it. For this recipe, you're gonna need 3 1/4 cups of chicken broth, 2 cups of chopped up carrots, or 3 medium carrots, 1 medium white onion that I already chopped up, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme leaves, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 package of puff pastry that you have to thaw, 1/3 cup of butter, 1/3 cup of flour, seasoning salt, a bag of frozen peas, 3 chicken breasts cleaned and cut up into cubes. Because we're not making a large pot pie that you would put in your 2-quart casserole dish, we're using these 5-inch aluminum pans so that we can make our mini ones. Make sure you preheat your oven at 400 degrees. First, we're gonna roll out our puff pastry. So I have some flour here for dusting. Just gonna pour some on my counter here. Bring our first one out. Okay, pour some here on our rolling pin. There's no real right way to do this. I just kind of figure out when I'm going to stop. So in our pan, you want to make sure that the puff pastry kind of overlaps it just a little bit so that you can put all the filling inside. So I'm going to use this bowl to measure out what I'm going to put in my pan. Let's just make sure that this is perfect. Alright, doesn't have to be perfect, but it covers the bottom and it goes all the way to the top. So it should look like this. And now we repeat the process. Now I'm going to re-roll this because we're not wasting anything. So here are all my pans. They're already done. So now we're going to do the same thing for the top pieces. Pour some flour. For the tops, we're going to cut out the shape of the pan. So we're going to put our tops to the side because you don't need them right now. But we're going to poke holes, just like this, on the bottom of each of these pans. So that should be enough. I'm going to repeat the process here. Then you're going to grab some foil and you're going to cover each one. Now we're going to put them in the oven to bake for 15 to 25 minutes. Now we're moving on to cooking our chicken. So I have 1 tablespoon of butter here. Put that in our pan. We're going to start adding our chicken. I'm going to add some seasoning salt to my chicken. You can do salt and pepper, and this is to taste. We're going to let this cook all the way through, and we're going to bring over our other pot so we can start with the rest of our ingredients. Now we're getting ready to cook our other ingredients. So we're going to start with our butter. Add our onion. And add our are a lover of mushrooms and celery, now is the time to add that. I don't like neither, so I'm not using it, but some people do. So we're gonna let these cook until they're tender. Now you're gonna add your flour. We're gonna slowly add our broth. Let this cook until the sauce thickens. So as you can see, our sauce is thick. So now we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. So we got black pepper and thyme, Dijon mustard. Add the chicken we made earlier. This is also the moment where you add your peas. I don't like peas, so I'm gonna pour some of this filling out before I add the peas. And now we're gonna add the peas. I didn't use the whole bag of peas. I added about a cup of peas because I did take some filling out. I didn't want to overpower it with peas. So 1 cup is good enough. Our puff pastry is baked for 25 minutes. And now we're going to add our filling. Now we're going to bring over the tops that we cut out earlier and start to cover our pot pies. I'm not gonna get fancy. I'm literally just gonna press it on the foil. And just for the sake of it looking like a pie, I'm gonna do an X cut on the top. This is not pretty, but you know what I mean. So the cutting was a fail, but we're gonna bake these for 30 to 45 minutes. So here are my pot pies. I baked these for 30 minutes. If you're doing the bigger version, you should probably bake it for 40 to 45 minutes. So now the moment I've been waiting for. Time to taste. Looks good. So if you want to take a chance on this recipe, be sure to take a picture and tag my Instagram page at Culinary Adventures. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time.